First and foremost, I'm going to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, Shalom, and double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone Root Well. Salutations to the hopeful like brothers out there pushing this truth, and a few sisters that do listen, and the speckled bird, brothers and sisters across the four corners of the globe. To you, I say Shalom. All right. We're living in heavy, pretty much dark times. When I say dark, I mean, you know, the understanding, the grossness, and of course the acts of the people. But the Lord is about to come down with great wrath via Esau Edom. All right, because this thing that's going on with Trump, you know, he's what are they saying? He's reaching over everyone's constitutional rights. Likewise, the Republicans had complained about before when it came to certain legislations and bills that were being signed into office and things that were being done by the Democratic campaign. You know, the last administration that just got out of office. So here this guy is that says that he's all about the Constitution, but now he's willing to break rules according to your Constitution so that he can protect your freedoms. You know, which is bullshit. It's the same agenda with both ends, man. All right. The only difference is that you usually got the opposite side that's exposing the other side, and they never really want to come to terms that both of your sides are evil because they're still trying to uphold the wickedness of America and everyone making it here in this cesspool, man. All right. You know, meanwhile, you got guys in office like Trump, you know, who when he's being asked about the whole Epstein list, you know, he's doing the wag the dog thing. He's oh, don't worry about that. Like, we got bigger things going on, but that was a part of your whole campaign. Now you say it's a Democratic lie. It's funny because the Democrats, they, you know, just like the Republicans were when they were the underdog, they're pulling out all these stops and showing, oh yeah, did you know that Epstein had a picture of Trump on his desk? I just, you know, read that in an article, man. But you know, this guy, he plans to move. And, you know, you even got guys like Pritzker, which just shows you he's supposed to be a Democrat. They're saying he's the unicorn of the Democrats, basically like he's almost like a Republican Democrat because he's willing to step out of the way. But, I mean, when you think Democrat, you don't think a tough guy no way. But it's like he's willing to step out of the way and let him do his thing. He's conformed. But he pretty much said it. He's a madman. He tried to say it in the cleanest way he could because guess what? These guys are all in bed together to bring about this whole agenda of 15-minute cities. They had 15-minute cities set up when you had the Democrats in office, man. All right, because this is all part of that agenda, man. Like what did Biden say in the 90s? He said you will rule on that. All right, talking about this electronic device that they're trying to put inside of people. We already understand the real agenda, man. All right. So that's what this is really about: disarming the people and getting them to follow your whole regime, but a lot more draconian, a lot more direct. Like you're just a slave now. You know, they're not pulling the stops anymore. They're putting it in your face on what's going on. But this is Ezekiel chapter 7. This whole thing is good. I'm going to just start at verse 5. This is Ezekiel 7:5. It says, "Thus saith the Lord power, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come, and end is come." Because the end of this society is coming. You know, when this guy thinks to overturn things and to redo things with his whole phoenix rising from the ashes type of mindset, it's not going to come back again. Once he starts it with this new world order of chipping people, that's going to be it. Because for one, the Lord doesn't want to, what does it say? The patience of the godly shall not be made frustrated. And that's going to be a hard time for the godly. Because we're not going to take that, man. The elect, the 144,000, Lord willing, will not take that sea hit, man. Because it said if it were possible, it should deceive some of the very elect. But that won't happen. All right? because the Most High is not going to make that possible, man. He said that he would not leave our souls in hell, just like with Yahweh Shai, who the world immediately calls Jesus Christ when he was in the strait. He brought him back to life. He got him through that situation. So likewise, greater is he that is in us than he that is in the world. But it says, an end is come. The end is come. It watched for thee. Behold, it is come. The end of this society. All right. When we say the end, it's not the end of Jacob's world. All right. It says Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. Esau is the end. His end, his age is coming. All right. When everybody, this whole way of life of wickedness and different kings rising forth and being laid down, all that, tears, mayhem. The Lord is about to bring this place down with great violence. All right. It says, the morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwellest in the land, meaning judgment. It says every day that the Lord bring his judgment to light. All right. So that's what that means. The judgment is about to shine on this place, and every wicked deed that is done is about to be exposed via its judgment. All right. And it says, the time is come, the day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountains. All right. Now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish mine anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense thee for all thine abominations. Because it's been nothing but witchcraft, heavy adultery, homosexuality, whoredom in this country. That's what this place is known for. All right, lewdness. All right, usury. All right, extortion. And the nations have woken up to that. That's the reason why they're fighting. But guess what? Y'all not innocent, so you're gonna reap a judgment too. Because now that you weren't supposed to be wicked to us, we just thought that you were wicked. No, that's how the Lord used you other nations, man. Like he's using you right now for what's about to be World War III, but that's not gonna happen until after this digital currency is made known, until it's coming to full effect, Salakia. Because it's already known. We teach and we preach about it. People talk about it online, but it's just a matter of it being the way of life. When that becomes a way of life, like they made everything else a way of life and making every other way harder and not possible, that's when the Lord is really going to come down. And he's gonna unleash this devil with that. And it's like, okay, that's all you got. Then the Lord is going to come through, and he's not going to be pulling his blows, man. All right. It says, mine eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity, because the Lord is going to allow certain destructions to come to pass, because most of the people that are going to be being destroyed are going to be wicked. So that's where, the Lord and the devil are going to line up. The devil is going to be doing his wickedness, but the Lord is going to allow and have him do it, because it's prophecy. That the Lord is going to not spare with this devil. He's going to come down having great wrath. As a matter of fact, while I'm right there, I'm going to precept that. This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Because they're being exposed. All right. So with their exposure, what do? They start mixing things up. You start hearing stuff about what's going on in Israel or something in the Gaza Strip, and then that's already being, it's whistleblowing on that. Well, really they're not allowing the citizens of Palestine to eat. They're doing all types of shady deals. They're murdering children, things, of that and so forth. And then they'll switch it up because they don't want to look like the bad guy. Next thing you know, Israeli citizen is the victim of a hate crime such and such. They're always covering something up, and then that turns out to be a lie or a false flag. You got the guy who just shot up a school in Minnesota, so much that even because I believe Minnesota is a red state in the Midwest, but in which Illinois pretty much would be too. But then you have the homo, excuse my language, the guy Obama, man, who can't be cold to these school shootings, because people are starting to wake up to him. When they're starting to recognize the same people from other school shootings. And why is there so many school shootings? All right, by these pale males. All right, What you do is you do this COINTELPRO thing. You get these wayward citizens and you use them according to your tactics. Then you either murder them or you send them back into some island somewhere after you've done your dirt, man. The same thing that they were saying about Hitler. You know, Hitler ended up going to Brazil or somewhere, man, because he was just used for this event that they were using. Likewise with this, they're using these shootings as a way of saying gun control, gun control, gun control, or we're gonna have to put military in the streets. We're gonna have to have military personnel escorting children. This is the world that we, well, it sucks, but this is just to help, keep away evil. It's a necessary evil to keep away the bad guy. You know how they always say, man. But this is back in Ezekiel 7:9. It says, "And mine eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways, and thine abominations that are in the midst of thee. And ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai that smiteth." And that's what that the Lord is going to make his name known, man. All right? Little by little, but then soon with great destruction, man. All right? Let me go back to this. But this is Ezekiel 7:10. It says, "Behold, the day, behold, it is come. The morning is gone forth. The rod blossom, pride hath budded." And that's really what the Lord is waiting for, man. Where hey, it's gonna be enough pride where the Lord is gonna say that's enough, and He's gonna send the holy angels and the hosts after this guy, man. That's mentioned in the Holy Scriptures, man. Yeah, this is Revelation 18:5. We'll start in verse 4. It says, "And I heard a voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues." And that's going to be an actual voice that we're going to hear. Likewise, we heard the voice of Yahweh Shai via the men on the highways and the byways. This is that to come out of this place. Like it says in the book of Micah, flee ye the shadow of this world. It says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities." And that's basically the time that we're waiting on, when the Lord is going to give Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, to go ahead to come and conquer this place, man. To unleash the nuclear missiles and the chariots, the so-called UFOs, and start blasting this place, man. Because, he's starting to make it known that those so-called UFOs are a thing, and that they don't mean any good to the current ruling regimes, man. All right? If they're coming as a conquering force. So the fact that he's even starting to give infamy to the UFOs or the UAPs, which are really the chariots of the Most High God, that's a show that he's deeming them a threat to him seriously, and he's trying to get everybody on his side, but that's gonna be to no avail. All right, it even says in the scriptures, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. So we're not joining with the devil, man. Why would we do that? Yahweh Shai Shai is the creator of the heavens, man. All right, you can't stop those. What can stop? Just to quote the elder Malcolm, how can you stop something that can just go into the sun and out of the sun with no issue, man? It goes there for a vacation. I'm just using words, but I'm saying like it's not having an issue with floating in and out the sun. And here it is, you can't even get out of the Van Allen belt, man. You can't even break free of the Leo, man. That's something, yeah, that should be greatly feared. That disarms your weaponry, man. So you can keep on telling lies to diverse jakes and heathens, but to what avail? It's not going to deliver you in that time of the Lord's wrath. But it's verse 11. Violence is risen up into a rod of wickedness. None of them shall remain, nor of their multitude, nor of any of theirs. Neither shall there be wailing for them, because it says that the slain of the Lord shall be from one end of the earth to even to the other. All right. So the Lord is going to have this devil get down and move on you, Jakes, man. It's going to be really hard out here. It's going to be a great famine in this land, man. All right. Even some of the things that we talk about, the fruit trees and stuff, man. He's going to burn that shit and make it bare. The same thing like when they had the war on drugs. They will burn things that people could get to. It wasn't that they were trying to stop certain things from happening. They just wanted things less accessible, man. All right, because it was beneficiary to something that was outside of their pockets. It wasn't benefiting their pockets. So the same way that this is about to come, man, to get everybody to go along with their agenda. He decided they're gonna poison. They're gonna be the devil, man. They're gonna poison food supplies. They're gonna make it hard to get to certain resources, man. All right. Why do you need to? Why do you need to do that? Why do you need to? Why do you need to go and get your own stuff? You can just follow us and attach yourselves to us, and we'll protect you. We'll feed you. Well, we don't want to. Well, that's too bad. If you don't want to, then you might as well. We can. There's the chopping blocks right there. If you don't want to take this digital device that we set up for you, man, because we care about you so much. Just like I seen this sign. I might use it for my next video, but it said that it named all the vaccines. And it said the flu. The C1. It had all of them on there, and it says free of charge, because that's how this devil's trying to introduce it. Free of charge. Why do you want something that's good for you? Then it's free. You gotta worry about the payments and everything, because we understand how things are hard. But maybe I don't want to do that. I want to go do this. Why you want to go do that? Why you want to eat herbs? Because this place means no good to us, man. It's not in our best interest. And that's the reason why it's falling. And everybody can see it. But yeah, this devil, he's about to move on you citizens, man. It's always been a war on the citizens. It's the same place that bombs its citizens, man. His own citizens. As a matter of fact, I think Obama bombed the U.S. citizen overseas, man. If not a group of them. Because he is the guy that went down as the president that bombed the most. All right? And you can look that up. That's a fact. But not any kudos to any of these presidents, because they're all not sent by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. They're all stimulating a wicked thing that the Lord wants to destroy. All right? And they all follow the hands of the elites. Verse 11, it says, violence is risen up into a rod of wickedness. None of them shall remain, nor of their multitude, nor any of theirs, neither shall there be wailing for them. Because that's how much death is about to happen, man. It's going to start to be common. All right? The time has come, the day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn. For wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. That's why it says, in that day be ye as pilgrims, man. Ready to lay whatever down, man. We're just going to be on the move, man. All right? For the seller shall not return to that which is sold, although they were yet alive. For the vision is touching the whole multitude thereof, which shall not return, neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life. They have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready. But none goeth to the battle, for my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. But they that escape of them shall escape, and shall be on the mountains like doves of the valley, and all of them mourning every one of his iniquity. All hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be as weak as water. And this has happened before, but this is gonna happen once again, man, because this is the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, but the elect shall be saved out of it. All right, the Lord is coming to destroy 2/3 of our nation, man, and this is only the beginning. All right, the devil's he's gonna be moving with great wrath, but this is only the beginning of it. This is the beginning of sorrows, man. Sooner rather than later, there's going to be another false flag that's going to set it off. And that's when, hey, the Lord is he's going to lift up a standard. This is Isaiah 59 in verse, I like that verse, but this is Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west. This is the Western Hemisphere. It's talking about us over here in Babylon the Great, which is called America. All right, Homeland Security. And his glory from the rising of the sun, because we pray to the east, not to worship the sun, but we pray that the Lord will return us unto the homeland. So we're praying in towards Jerusalem. All right, Amadium Wapanya Hakwadam, which is to rise and face the east in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbat Shemra Kakwadash, which is to say Yahweh, which is the Heavenly Father's name, in the name of His Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit, or Spirit Holy. All right, that the Lord is going to return and He's going to deliver us from these chains of darkness, from this captivity, and there should be no more tears, man. That's what we're worried about. Because at the end of the day, we everything that we complain about, we're telling you about what's wrong with this place, not to fix this place. And everything else, the Lord is just going to be with us on, man. But we're telling you why this place is going down. We're not here to uphold anything on this side. We're just here to do the best we can and follow the Spirit. There's no nation building on this side. There's just raising up the elect with the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shmi Yahweh Shai, man. The rest of this shit is dung. But it says, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, because this is what's coming. Sooner rather than later, these what's going to be military securing the streets is going to end up being checkpoints, which is going to end up being people setting up coups and militias to fight against their government, because there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. That's written in the scriptures, man. All right. It says when the enemy shall come in like a flood, because that's in that 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, in the 70th verse, man. Then shall it be known who are my chosen. Because when they roll on us, and they are going to roll on everybody, all right? Some brothers are not going to be caught up, some are. But the thing is, the same spirit is going to be with all brothers if we continue to have that same mindset that this is what Yahweh Shai went through, and how did he get through it? He depended on him that was faithful in delivering the innocent from a trial that they didn't deserve, in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai Shai. Those that diligently followed and believed in Yahweh Shai Shai, understanding that that's our only hope. You let him be your dread, and let him be your fear. All right. It says, the Spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. All right, against who? Against Esau, Edom, man. So when this devil stands to move against us, the Spirit is going to be with us, man. All right? Because it's gonna be like this for a little while, you know. And then they might not have him out there like in fierceness just yet, man. But sooner rather than later, this devil is going to have to come down swiftly with great wrath, because he had but a short time. So how you moving when you have but a short time? You might bullshit when you know you got 30 minutes, but then when that last 10 minutes kicking, oh shit, well, let me get this shit going. That's how the Lord is going to put the spirit on this devil to make this thing start happening, man. All right? But that's all I had. I'm going to end this lesson up. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Shalom and a Bible ball.